good old reliable Trinity, here to help you out with Wednesday's meditation, giving you the energy and an exercise that you can do which will hopefully give you the sensation of the energy. If you don't know by now, this is what we do every week to get you to meditate with us so that we can change the consciousness by empowering these different energies. This week our energy is bliss. Bliss is a poorly understood and slightly difficult to explain energy. So I'm going to go around and around about it, and we're going to get an exercise eventually, but I'm going to need to talk a little bit first. The main problem with bliss is that we only think about it when we're miserable. Gosh, I sure wish I had bliss. You're not going to go from misery to bliss. That's not going to happen. That's like trying to start the car in fifth gear. Not going to happen. But if you are satisfied, happy with some expression, you can get to bliss, but what you have to do is release your attention on outside things. That is to say, if I'm laying under a cozy blanket, I can be happy there, I can feel satisfied, but I'm not going to be in bliss until I recognize that comfort is my intent, and I am having thoughts, feelings, and sensations about my intent of comfort. If at any point something else sneaks in there and I start having thoughts about when I should get up, or feelings about how I still have to vacuum the house, or sensations of, oh, I didn't cut my toenails, I can feel them scratching against the underside of the blanket, all the bliss goes away. When my attention flips outward, the bliss goes away. So you have to kind of seal your attention inside of you so that you're experiencing your intent with no pollution. If you do that, you can go from happy to blissful. That's how it works. You can't go from miserable to blissful, but you can go from happy to blissful by including your intent, which might be comfort, relaxation, clarity, whatever your intent is. You can have bliss around it if you clearly state, this is my intent, and then you start having your senses immersed in that intent. So much so that you're not getting outside feedback, you're only getting inside feedback. That's bliss. I have a little exercise that I think will help you with this. I gleaned this from years of going to martial arts seminars and talking to the guest speakers afterwards. This one comes from a master of ninjutsu. And yes, this is an actual martial art. It's not just stuff you see in the movies. There is a martial art of ninjutsu. And they, as you know, are famous for being able to disappear. So I asked one of the instructors one time after our weekend seminar, how does that work? And this is what he showed me. He said that a ninja is able to draw their attention inward so that it's not pointed at any one thing. Because having your attention on somebody lets them know that you're looking at them. That sensation of, somebody's staring at me, I can feel eyes on me. That's how we know somebody's around. Their attention gives them away. So bringing your attention inside is the key to ninjas disappearing. But it is also the key to bliss, as we've said before. Getting your self-contained system so that your senses are only telling you about your energy and not about the outside is how we achieve bliss. So let's go through this little exercise. I'm going to get my training partner out here. And I'm going to get her to tell us when she feels eyes on her. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to focus my attention somewhere else, and then all of a sudden I'll put my attention on her, and she should be able to feel when that attention is on her. Yeah? What does it feel like?
Like there's a focus on a part of me.
Like a finger touching
Yes.
you. Yeah. That's how we give ourselves away. If you're oblivious to somebody, they're probably not going to notice that you're around, because it is your attention outward that looks like a searchlight to them. They just feel this sense of something sweeping back and forth and maybe landing on them. So, I'm going to teach Jen this little ninja technique, which is very simply, you close your fingers. You know that Om thing that people do? You close your fingers. I like the middle finger and the thumb, but it doesn't really matter that much. Close your fingers into a loop, and then you cross them in front of you as you sink down, like this. And there's sort of a melting sensation that goes on with that. You're basically immersing yourself in your own energy field. The instructor that I talked to explained it in terms of you're wearing a robe, and you take the robe and you tuck it into your own belt so that you are sealed off. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to seal our attention inside of us. So now I'm aware of my energy inside. I'm having thoughts, feelings, and sensations about it, and not thoughts, feelings, and sensations about outside stuff. This very simple gesture will help you get the feeling. Do ninjas do this? Of course not. When they're stalking around, they don't stop and go, ooh. But it's the way they train to get that sensation of sealing themselves off. So I'm going to have Jennifer do that while I'm staring at her. Here I am, putting my focus on her. She feels the eyes on her again. I'm going to have her do that and feel what happens. What did you feel? Could you feel the finger at first?
Yeah, I could feel it at first, and then it was like I was under its radar, like it couldn't find me.
Yeah, that's very much the sensation that we're talking about. If you do this with a partner, you'll get it after a while. You just kind of just melt into yourself, sink your roots down into your own energy. That is to say, you're drawing your experience from who you are inside instead of what's happening outside. If you do that, you stop sending your attention out and you become functionally invisible to people who are looking for you, because they're looking for that searchlight of attention. Is that clear?
Yep.
Okay. I think that pretty much explains it. Practice this a little bit at home. Do the thing at first until you can get that sensation inside of you of just sinking down into yourself and sealing off all the ways your attention would want to go outward. If you can do that, you can go have some ice cream and you can go, this is delicious. And you can go from delicious to bliss if you know my intent is comfort or relaxation or satisfaction, and I'm going to experience that inside of me instead of putting that intention outside. It'll make you invisible, but it will also help you experience bliss. If you think this stuff's cool, stay tuned for more Trinity.